So I've been playing Sherlock Woj, where I see a lot of the things that happen in the media, and I'm like, these things are not disconnected events, right? Towns is in his sixth season, playing for his fourth head coach and his, I want to say, third head executive. So there's been no type of sustainability going on at the Timberwolves. During that time, he has won less than 40% of his games, made the playoffs only one time. And we all know which time that was, when Jimmy Butler decided to beat their ass with the third stringers and let them know that they weren't going to be shit without him. Unfortunately, so far, that has been kind of the case. So before we get into a lot of the different details surrounding my story for why I think Karl-Anthony Towns is on his way out, I want to hear from you all. Does the free cap movement have some legitimacy to it? Let's start with Sam.
So I think there's obviously some room to be concerned if you're a Timberwolves fan or if you're just someone who wants Cat to be on the Timberwolves. The recent stuff that's gone on with him maybe or maybe not liking the tweet, I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit more later, as well as like the clip of him going back on defense while Anthony Edwards is like dribbling and not passing the ball. I'm sure we'll get into talking about that a little more. And it seems like these are always the type of things that lead to someone demanding a trade. Even in the early stages, we always hear the player being like, no, that's not what I was saying. Like, it kind of reminds me of like Eric Bledsoe when he was on the Suns a couple years ago, tweeting, I don't want to be here. And then people asking, like, what were you talking about the Suns? And he was like, no, I was at the hair salon with my girlfriend and I wanted to leave. Like, sure, there are all these like different things that could have been meant or like could be meant by sort of the different expressions of unsatisfaction with your team. But I think there is cause for concern. I don't know if there are trade packages out there being developed yet, but I know that front offices around the league are definitely interested in a player of that caliber, seemingly going through sort of a rough patch with his team. And everything you mentioned about their lack of success and lack of stability, I think only will feed more into that.
All right, Tio, where you at?
I mean, y'all don't leave me no tea to spill at all. But at the end of the day, I couldn't agree more. He's definitely on his way out. Like I said, this organization has completely failed him. I mean, winning less than 40% of your games over a 6-year span, all those head coaches, and then, not to mention all the players that have come through the organization as well. Like you mentioned, Jimmy Butler. Then you got people like, now you got, Anthony Edwards, D'Angelo Russell, and just things haven't worked out. So at the end of the day, just like an organization can be, oh, I'm done with this player, I want to move on from this player. A player should have the same option, the same, rights to be able to be like, listen, it ain't working. And in this case, 6 years, I've given you 6 years of my youth, some great basketball that's going down the drain. So
the best years of his life?
Yeah, some of the best years of his life. And it's time for him to go. It's time for him to move on for sure.
Thanks for stopping by. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, leave a subscribe so you don't miss any of our content.